Hi, this is Andy at Wallasey Boat Company. Today we're going to take a look at this new 25 SwingBack that we just got in. It's a 2025 JC NepToon SwingBack 25 with high tide hull. Let's go take a look. This has the navy blue side panels with what they refer to as the white graphics. Obviously you have your choice of white or black railings and rub rail, and they match. Has the stainless steel rub rail as well. As part of the high tide hull, you get the bow anchor storage. And in addition to that, you'll have a floor storage for skis or longer things, cover poles. Another nice thing JC does is they do a center cleat. So when you're putting your anchor out, you can cleat it off, and then your extra rope just goes in the hole and you can leave it all in there so you don't have a bunch of stuff laying all over the deck. They have the nice trumpet horn, so it's a lot louder than your typical little horns. Obviously docking lights, navigation lights. Let's walk along the side here. Let me back this up just a little bit. And on the transom, obviously, where you've got the fold down 4-step, nice telescopic ladder. You've got 2 sets of cup holders on each side, so if you're in the water swimming, you got a place to put your beverage. You don't have to climb in and out of the boat all the time. Nice heavy duty ski tow. This also has the power bimini top. It's the stainless steel, so it's the high speed heavy duty. You can see the thicker, that's how I can just tell it quickly. Also that it's shiny, so it's stainless steel versus aluminum. This allows you to go basically full speed depending on the engine, but maximum 50 miles an hour with the bimini open, where traditionally they tell you that it's a 25 mile an hour speed limit on any other bimini that other manufacturers use. Starting in the front of the boat with the 25 SwingBacks, you get the bow gate seat standard. This is freestanding. It's just, you can see how it just tips out of the way. Your gate's there, it's all finished and everything, just like it never had it. So most people just leave that in all the time, but you can take it out and leave it on the pier if you needed the space to get it out the front. But this just gives you a nice wraparound seating configuration. 25 foot versus a 23 just gives you a little more seating in the front. This has the storage right here with the drawer that pulls out. And then clear in the back there, you've got a USB port, which is really nice for charging your phone. And then over on this side, you've got the tip out trash can. Oops. Tip out trash can, and then you've got a little glove box above it, which that also has the USB port in the back. Your in-floor storage, which I pointed to you earlier, it's full of everything. So we just got it in. The covers are in here. It's a full navy blue sunbrella cover. You've got your individual cover for the helm and the driver's seat. They give that standard with every JC, and it has 2 large fenders and a fender holder, and some of the steering systems down there as well, because engine hasn't been mounted yet. This has the upgraded 7.7 speakers. You've got 4 in the front and 2 in the back. The passenger seat has the leg lift, companion leg lift. So when you push, let's see which button it is, that button, you can see how that comes out. So it's sort of like a lazy boy recliner. And then you've got a button on this side you can push, which makes the seat lean back. And then to fold this down, when you're sitting in it, you can see how that just pulls towards you, and then you push down. So you don't even have to reach with a lever. You can do it right with your feet when you're sitting in it. Sorry, bouncing around here. This has the raised helm, which lifts you up about 5 inches. That's really nice when you have people sitting in front of you. It's easier to see over the front of the boat and over the people. All JCs have the easy to service helm. It just lifts up. And you can see you've got full access to everything. One of the things while we're in here, you've got your hydraulic steering system, but this has power assist for the hydraulic steering. And what that does is it pumps the fluid for you. When you start to turn left, it pumps the fluid left. When you turn right, it pumps the fluid right. So it makes it, if you have a 250 horsepower engine or some big engine on here, it makes it so you can turn the steering wheel with 2 or 3 fingers. So it's really nice, especially if you're trying to dock. It's hose here, that's just where they bleed the steering system, which all hydraulic systems have that. Put this back down. Let's go around to the front of the dash. You've got your 3 gauges here. These are all digital, but when they're on, they look like an analog gauge. You'll have a tachometer, a speedometer, and then you'll have the trim gauge, and the fuel gauge. there. All your switches here. You got your radio power button, your horn, your nav lights, courtesy lights, power top, docking lights. Down here, this button, we order our boats in with the under trim lighting. So you've got the RGB, you can't really see it, but just under the rub rail down there. So you can see there's a little light, that little round dot. You just push on this. When it turns on, that would have a color, and that's the color that your lights are. And as you turn this, that'll change colors, as will the lights under your boat. So that's sort of nice, and it's a fun option. Wireless charging down here, as well as an input for your stereo. You've got a really high-end Fusion Bluetooth stereo system. It's been a nice upgrade with the JC line. Obviously, your shifting, tilt and trim right here. You've got tilt steering. You push this button in right here, and you can adjust the steering wheel up and down. And the main reason the boat's called a SwingBack. Right now, as we come across this, let me back up here. This is in the, the rear facing mode, so it's sort of in the bed mode. A nice thing that JC does, you can see how much you've got tons of room here. You got all kinds of room to stand and walk. You've got gates here and here, so it's very easy. A lot of SwingBacks, they push them right back to the back, which does maximize interior space, but it makes it more difficult. You have to climb across the seats to get on them. You can't walk around them. Now, another nice thing that JC does that not everyone does is the seats, the SwingBacks are split. So you can have, one or two people can be facing backwards and another one can be facing forwards, or you can swing them both that way. So you can both face forward. You can have a whole seat facing forward. But if, in those times when you have a huge load of people, you can have people on both sides. Obviously, it's not going to be quite as comfortable sitting this way, but for that one time of summer when you have a big group, you see the little glove box over there. Inside there is a USB port as well, so who's ever sitting back here can charge their cell phones. Just a nice feature that, something everybody needs today. Back here on the driver's seat, you've got the fold down, fold up armrests, but you do have the raised seat bolster. So that flips up, so it's like a booster seat, and it also gives you more leg room, so when you stand here, you've got more room. The combination of this and the raised helm, you can really see over your passengers. This boat, obviously it's a TriToon. This has the performance lifting fins under the hull. In addition, it has the heavy duty transom as part of the high tide hull option. So the boat sits about 4 or 5 inches higher than the standard boat, and the frames are that much thicker, which just makes the boat a stiffer and more solid ride. And that's what translates into the higher horsepower capacity that they rate this boat for. When you lower your power bimini top, they just come right down into these little cradles here, which is really nice and super easy. See where your gas fill is right here. You can push that, it opens up. Easy fill, you can't drop the cap in the lake. All the cleats are fold down flush, so there's one less thing to stub your toes on. You've got lots of drink holders throughout the whole boat. But again, this is a 2025 JC TriToon. It's a NepToon 25 SwingBack with a high tide hull option. And we'd love to talk to you more about it. If there's anything else we can answer for you, please let us know. And we'd love to talk to you. Thank you.